Good evening. It's Card Creating with Jean. My name is Jean Ducrow, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It's Saturday night. It's time for a live demonstration of some cards. Just trying to get my iPad up here. Okay, here we go. Alright, I've got my new gizmo attached, and I'm hoping that things are going to go well. That doesn't cause me issues when we go to flip the camera. It's okay right now, but it's been a challenge going back and forth between the view that you see right now and the one that when I change it to go down onto the table, it swings the rod that the iPad is attached to, and it makes it a little hard to get it adjusted just so. So I'm hoping that tonight's kind of a dry run for that. I tried several times doing it without actually going live, but having it ready to go live so I could see what both my phone and my iPad look like. And it was, hi Pam, welcome. It was a little different. So anyway, I live in McFarland, Wisconsin, which is just south of Madison, and we've had a lot of intermittent rain today, and I'm telling you, they were gully washers. I started out this morning with a bone dry bird bath, and after the first set of rain, it was absolutely full, so we must have gotten probably more than an inch of rain. I would guess almost 2, and then when we had supper a little bit earlier, another pass came through with a lot of wind. I don't think it did any damage. It was just the trees are really moving around out there, and the poor birds were having a hard time hanging on for dear life. So I hope you're doing well, Pam, and haven't had too much rain by you. You might be getting rain now. I don't know. It always takes a while to get from our neck of the woods over to the Milwaukee area. But I was very glad that, I think I mentioned it before, that my daughter doesn't live in where she used to, over by State Fair. It looks like on the news tonight was apartment complex that was right around the corner from where they used to live that had a foot of rain in their living rooms on the first floor. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that would have been terrible for them. But anyway, so other than spending time in my craft room all day today, trying to come up with a couple of designs of things that I could show you tonight, I discovered yesterday while I was working on, oh good, I'm glad it's good there, Pam. I discovered yesterday I had a stamp set and die, a bundle, that I had never even cracked open to use. And I couldn't believe it. I've been anxious to get started on Christmas, but I felt like I needed to do one more demonstration using this stamp set. It's really a cute stamp set, very easy. It's absolutely all complete. Comes with dies, has great sentiments that go with it. So we are going to make 2 cards using it. When I first looked at the set, I thought, yeah, I wasn't sure if I really wanted to get it. And so when I ordered my large order of the pre-order, I think that was for when they had just online exclusives coming out, I didn't order it. And I think before the end of the month of our being able to do a pre-order, I ended up ordering it because I thought, you know what, that's got some cute things in it that I think I could really use with some of the boxes and treat holders and cards too, for that matter. And I think I better have it. So it's got a couple of, more than a couple, it's got a bunch of really cute dies, and it's got 2 of them that will be probably good to use for Christmas and holiday because it be a sentiment die, or it can be used for a tag. There is I believe there's a small die that you can stick in the top portion of that, what would be a tag, that's going to cut out a hole. Let me just look. Yes, that is correct. So I will show that to you as soon as I turn my phone down. I don't have really anything else to report. I always think of these things that I should have said once I get off. I did get an order today that was delivered, but it's all just cardstock. And I figured I better stock up because I'm going to need certain colors for the holiday Christmas cards and boxes and what have you that we'll be making soon. So let me turn the phone down. Fingers crossed this is going to work. So let's see how this goes. Let's see, my iPad is completely there. I think this is going to work. Oop. Can never tell if this is straight or not. It always looks a little crooked. No, it would be this way. Well, I think we're gonna go with that. So this is the set that I was referring to. It's got cute little sentiments, well, Happy Halloween, and they're not straight, they have a little curve to them. The Trick or Treat has a little curve, and the Eat, Drink, and Be Scary, because they have a die that you can lay them in that, I like it because it's got the little bannery ribbon thing on the end, and you'll see what we're going to do with that when we make our card. And then there's actually two. Let me get the other one out. We're going to be using it. There's two of these, and they are so close in size, so they do a really nice job of adding like a matte or a contrasting color behind, and then something more prominent on this one. And we are going to be cutting that out. The set has these two Eek and Boo that you can cut out, and a spider. The spider is so stinking cute. Very delicate. There he is. Hopefully you can see that. And then you get 3 of these nice spider webs, and they do cut out quite nicely. Oh, I hear a train coming. We're going to be hearing train horns here in just a minute as it comes through, I think. Unless it's coming from the other direction. It's funny how they go one direction, and when they get to our house, they lay on the horn. And when they go the other way, they've already gone past the intersection, and they don't lay on the horn. Let's see if they blow the horn. Nope, they were going the other way, I think. And I've got most of the stamps out. The only one I don't have out is the Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. And that would be cute. Oops, I go this way with it. All right, let's get started. So, I have a piece of cardstock. It doesn't matter what the size is. This is just what we're going to stamp on. This one happens to be almost 4 3/8. Oh, yeah, 4 3/8 by 5 1/2. A generous 5 1/2. And we're going to stamp the 2 large images. So one of them has this cross mark on it, so it gives it a stripe finish. And this one that has some really cute things on it. So I thought I'm just going to stamp them both on here, and then we will cut them out. One's for one card and one is for the other. So the stripe we're going to do in Smoky Slate. Come on, open up. There we go. And you can see that when you put this on, it does not, it's not going to be a solid color. You'll see as soon as I get this down here. It's going to be a little hit and miss in some areas to give it an older look, I guess. See what I mean? It doesn't completely. And the same with the other one. Vintage look, that's what I'm thinking. The other one we're going to stamp in black. So let me get my Memento out. And you can kind of see where the cat's back end and part of the hat, the crow and the bat don't have a complete, not completely filled in. Like so. All right, let me just get my chamois open here and we will clean these off before we go too far. There isn't a tremendous amount of stamping here tonight, but you don't need a lot of stamping when you're doing a lot with die cuts. Okay. Now I'm going to take and cut these two out. And they do, this one fits in really close to the image, and I am going to just put a little piece of tape on there. Let's see if there's room enough to bring over my cutter here. Oh, there is. I'm going to kind of put this on a little bit of an angle so it doesn't make so much racket because it's flat going through. Come on. There we go. This one has a nice little border around it. And now the other one. This one is going to have a larger border. Just trying to get it as even as possible. And I think I'm going to take my scissors and cut this off so that we can get it further into the cutter. Okay, let me just make sure this is... Okay. It seems like I will get it. Is that straight? It doesn't look like it's straight. If I don't put that little piece of tape on there when I go through and put the top glass on, it seems like it always wants to shift it a little bit. So just a little bit of tape. And that's the Post-it tape. I get that on Amazon. And I think I've had this roll for 2 years, and let me see. I've got quite a bit, I think, still remaining on it. Yes, look at how much I've got remaining on it yet. You don't use much. And I do have the magnetic boards that you can use as well, but they're not quite as thick as the plates are from Stampin' Up. So sometimes I have a hard time getting it to cut through all the way. So I kind of go back and forth between the two. All right, let's get this one put away so I do not lose it. Right inside there. All right. Now, we're going to start, I think, with this one. We'll put this one aside. And in my box of tricks here, get out the sentiments and this, I don't know what this is. It makes a little figure design like. Get out my blends. We're going to use the Petunia Pop and the Granny Apple Green, one for each. Okay. We're also going to use the adhesive back Sparkle Gems, the black ones. And we're going to use a little of the Petunia Pop ribbon on one of the cards. So this is going to go on the inside. And let's see, I have this. We're going to use Smoky Gray for the card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to score the 8.5 inch size at 4 1/4. Get my phone folder out. Good press. All right. And then we're going to take a piece of black, and that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And we are going to glue this on the front here so it has just a tiny bit of a gray border on it. Just feeling to make sure I'm going to glue it down the right way. Always want, oh my goodness, that really came out. I am just going to smooth this around a little bit. I wonder why I did that. It's really coming out fast. Whenever I get a glob of glue on like this, so it's on this side, I just started on my card over here and smear it over so that it kind of helps get rid of some of that so it doesn't get so that it comes out on the edge. See, now that did not moosh out. All right, I have a piece of DSP that I took from the Spooky Sweet DSP. This one is one of those that has the houses, and this was one of the squares that were on it. We are going to use this side with the Petunia Pop, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go right on top. I think I'm getting to the end of this one. If it almost looks watery, it's really wild. I think I'm going to skip to my other one that I've got sitting over here someplace. Here it is. I'll use that one instead. Okay. So this is going to be like 1/8 of an inch or so smaller. I like how it makes the Petunia pop with that black behind it. Okay, so now I took and die cut the larger image in black that we are going, come here, we are going to put this right behind it. See how nicely that is? Just the right size for putting something behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. Hopefully this isn't, this feels thicker. That other one felt like it was watered down. That was weird. Okay, I'm going to put this on here so you can see it. Otherwise, against my black silicone mat there, it's very hard to see what we're doing. Okay, so we got that. And then we are going to take a couple of the cutouts words, the eek and the boo. And we are going to glue these together because I want to have just a slight dark edge of going around because it's going to help make the words pop. We're doing that in both cases. So this one I think I'm going to have to move down here. I'm sorry, it's going to be hard to see. Just because it's going to be, there's a chance that it could not exactly, the glue might not exactly meet correctly. It might be hanging off a little bit, so I don't want it stuck to the paper. Okay. So we're just gonna bring it over just slightly. So now you can see how that is. I'm going to do the same. See, that would have been on there. It would have been a mess. And this one, I can't figure this out. This way is definitely upside down because the B isn't right. It just looks funny to me. Like the exclamation point looks weird. I guess that's what I mean. Just almost looks like it's upside down, but it's not. So just a little bit of glue here and there. Okay. This one. Smoothed out just a smidge. There. And there's that one. All right, I'm going to get that glue off the table. Sorry, I just needed to get a paper towel so I can just put a little water on this. I could let it dry and just roll it off, but this is quicker. There. We'll leave this out here in case we have. All right, so we are going to put the boo and the eek on here. And then I'm going to take this guy here and we're going to stamp Trick or Treat on here. Let's see, that's this one right here. Trick or Treat. I have it lined up so it's like halfway through the letters on both ends. Being that it's red rubber, it makes it just a little bit more challenging to. I'm just going to go like so. And pardon my head if I get it in here. Back it up. Here we go. There we are. Okay. And then I thought I'm going to take my Petunia Pop blend brush, and I think there's enough on here that we can just get a little bit on here. Yes, we can. I just want a really soft color. Okay, and then we're going to take our Granny Apple Green, and we're going to, this is the light blend, and we're just going to color in the ends here of the ribbon, whatever, the sash. just to give it a little color. So as you can see, it doesn't matter that I went over just slightly when I was brushing on that petunia pop, because we cover it up when we do the other. Okay, and this is going to go down here. All right, now let's glue these on. No, one more thing we're going to glue on the front is one of these darling little cobwebs, and we're going to put it in the corner here so that it comes out like so. And this one is just a dab here and a dab there. The spot at the top here, and then I just here and there. See if I can get any over here. Okay. How to grab this. Okay. Just gonna bring that up here. There. And then I've got a little Stampin' Up! 0.4 little marker, I guess, or pen. And we're just going to bring a little kind of a thread down here, like so. From the cobweb, and we are going to put one of our little friendly spiders on there. Oh, maybe I should pop that up. Let's try popping him up. I thought of that after I've glued mine down on my sample. We should pop this up. Okay, let me get the mini glue dots here. The mini dimensionals, excuse me. I think they are so smart at trying to get these little things so that they're, yeah, that one's just a little bit big. I'm going to clip a little bit off the end of this scissors right here. Come on. Should have probably put part of one on. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Take it off. Okay, so that end's got a little bit there. For Pete's sakes. Go the other way, Jean. There. Got it. And we're just going to stick this on here, right at the end of that little line. Okay, now I'm going to glue this guy on. Try to center it slightly. That looks straight. It's so hard to know if something's straight when it's on a curve. Okay. Now our boo is going up. Oh, I see I got a dimensional on my glue. Alright, we're gonna go on an angle. And then this one's going to go the opposite direction. I gotta get this off of here. It's going to drive me nuts. So I'll keep getting it on my fingers. These letters are nice because there is plenty of spots where you can put a little dab of glue. And that one's going to go this direction. Okay. And now we're going to put some dimensionals on the back. And then I'm going to put a couple of the minis on the what's sticking out of the ribbon here. Boy, Pam, I can't believe that there's anybody else on with us. If they are, they're very quiet. That didn't come off. Come on. Okay. This guy is going to go right in here. Let's get this on there. Straight though would be good. There. Okay. Front is almost finished. Now the inside. I'm just trying to straighten out the edges because they were cupped this way, but the other two are cupped the other way. Oh well. All right, the inside is going to say Happy Halloween right here. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. So glad you joined us. We were beginning to wonder what happened to everybody. And that, see how it skips on there? Maybe you can't see, it's so far away. It skips on there, and that's just exactly the way the stamp set is made, so it gives it kind of that rustic, spooky feeling. Okay, we're going to take these little doodads here, and we're going to put them up in the corners so you can kind of see what those look like. Go this way, yeah. Like so. We could have used the little foam stars for the outside for the bling, but I thought it would be fun to use something a little different this time. Last week you couldn't comment. Oh no. Not at, but I think you said that you were on, if I remember correctly. I can look in just a second because I would have a record of it. Okay. So we will take these cute little sparkly adhesive back sparkle gems, and we're gonna put, stop and see what I did on my, I think I went with all, oh, no, I went to the small ones. Here, and spider. And there's our first card done. I'll show you my sample. My sample actually has the opposite colors for these two. It's just the way I happened to cut them out. But I do like this spider popped up rather than flat. I think that I like the way that looks. Okay, cute. So that's our Boo Eek Trick or Treat. I'll be able to tell these two apart because of the spider. Excellent. Okay, let me put this aside. Let's get our next one. The next one we're going to use a Petunia Pop for our card base. Again, 8.5 by 5.5. Keeping it simple tonight. Hi, Carrie. Welcome. Wow. All of a sudden. Oh, you were... Yeah, you were on. I was pretty sure you were on, Pam. Okay, we're going to score this at 4 1/4. And we'll just run our bone folder over that. Okay, then again, I took some more of the DSP from the Spooky Sweet. I love this candy paper. Oh, it's so cute, and with the little bats and stars behind. The opposite side has the streaked gray and orange. I think it's probably Timid Tiger on there. That or else it is pumpkin pie, but it looks lighter than pumpkin pie. Anyway, we were going to put that on there, but then I thought, I think I'd like to have a little bit of black behind it, so we're going to do that too. So this piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. My favorite size, it seems like. I like to go 1/8 inch smaller when I'm putting mats on, just to give a little pop of color. And then stick your finger in the glue, Jane. Okay. It's going to have a small border all the way around. Alright. Straight. And then this one should be 4 by 5 1/4. It is 4 by 5 1/4. I was correct. And I'll slide that on there. Alrighty. Put that aside. Now we're going to grab our Fright Night. I think this is so cute. Alright, we're going to go back to our Petunia Pop blending brush, and I'm just going to add a little color on here. One thing about this color is that it really stays on the brushes. I guess you're saving ink that way. And then I'm going to take some Granny Apple Green. This one I might, let's see if I can get some on here. Oh, there is a little on there. Good. Just to add a little bit of color, a little bit of interest. Helps it pop a little bit. Okay. Easy enough. Now we got these two little guys on the side, and I thought I would take the, let me see, no, I'm going to take the Petunia Pop, the light one, and we're just going to color these in. I tried one with the Timid Tiger. I didn't like it. That's what my sample is. You'll see it when I get done with this. Alright. We got our black matte background. And these are, let me give you the dimensions of this bigger one. The bigger one is like 2 2 3/8 wide by 4.5 would be what you need to have for a paper to cut one of these out. This one is 2 1/4 by 4 1/4 would be enough of what you'd need to cut this out. So let me glue this on here. I'm glad you like it, Pam. And Carrie. Okay. That, I think, is... Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. Well, doggone. How much space do I have here? I have a ribbon I wanted to put on here. Well, there's enough on that side. Well, we might be able to get it to work. Where's my ribbon? I hate when I do that. I get too many steps ahead in my brain. Let's see how this is going to work. Okay. Get my ribbon. Alright. Let's see how we can manage this. I've done it before. And hopefully I can do it again. I'll try and put a little of this on each end. And maybe I'll put some in the middle too, just to get it lined up right. Alright. Flip this around. And we're going to try to tease this underneath. Look at there. We got her. Let's take a little of this off. It's just a little bit too much. Okay. Sorry if my head's in the way. Back to the... When there's a will, there's a way. Alrighty. Done with this. Put that back. Alright. And that's really all I wanted on there, was just one piece. You could probably tie a knot on one side. I did not. Where'd my pin go? Well, I guess I'll be looking for that later. Okay, now we are ready to add some dimensionals. Okay. Oh, before I put that on, we gotta put a couple of these guys on. They're just too cute. And we're going to put them on this time this way. So, get the glue going here. Let's see. I think that looks a little bare up there. Come on. Try to do it so lightly. All right. And this is the front side. All right. And yep, down a little bit. There. Okay. Now we are ready to put this on. It looks a little crooked. There. All right, we got that part done. Now let's do the inside. And we are using the Trick or Treat again. Oops, that's Happy Halloween. Where did our Trick or Treat go on? Okay. There it is. Put it too far away from me. Voila. And then I'm going to put one of our little spiders on here. And we're going to stamp again. Too much stuff here. Let me see, Memento. Our little stuff up here in the corner again, so you can see. Like so. There we go. And let's get a little bit of bling on the front of the card. Check out my... I think I used all the big ones on this one. Like so. And we are done. Let me get the other. Nope, that's not the right one. Almost grabbed the wrong one. And here are our two cards for tonight. I think they're pretty cute. certainly were easy enough to make. There's my pin. See, I knew if I got enough stuff off my desk, I'd find it. So, that's okay, Carol. Welcome. So good to see you. Oh, thanks, Carrie. I'm glad you like it. They are pretty cute. Very easy to work with. I spent a lot of time today cutting out a bunch of these just so that I'd have them ready. I'm having a class tomorrow, and I put a bunch of the die cuts in with their things so that if they wanted to make tags using some of these things, they could. I put the spider and the spider web and the eek and the boo in there for them, so they can have some fun with those if they'd like to. So anyway, I'm glad you like the cards. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. I'm looking for more subscribers, and that way you will know when I post another video. I try to post each one of these after we have our live so that people can see them on YouTube as well. So make sure you comment if you're watching this after the fact on Facebook, because we do a drawing each time we get together. And let me get my goodies out here so we can do our drawing for what we made last time. Let's move our little guys out of the way. I almost forgot to do this. So we had, these are both sympathy cards. This one's a fun fold and opens. And then this one just opens like so. But we did the embossing on the silver foil, which I thought was pretty cool. So, whoops. Let's see who's going to win, and hopefully they are on tonight. I have a pen here someplace. Where did I put my pen? There it is. So that I can circle whoever wins. Okay, it's number 4. Number 4 is Shar, and I don't think she's on here. Nope, she's not. I will have to let her know that she won tonight. And she can choose from one of the two. So then on Tuesday night, we'll do a drawing for one of these two that I'll send out. So anyway, have a good evening. I hope that the rain, it hasn't pummeled you too much today. And sounds like we're supposed to get more tonight, I think. At least we are. Just what we need, more. I think my tomato plants are looking for water wings to wear. Got an awful lot of water on them this afternoon. But anyway, hopefully that'll make some of those tomatoes ripen now. That's the plan. My plan, at least. So have a good evening, and I will see you Tuesday night. And I'm promising you, we are going to start with Christmas on Tuesday night. I've been working with the what is it called? I gotta look at it. I got it sitting right here. The traditional wreath embossing folder, this one. So I've been working with that, trying to come up with some card samples to show you. We are going to start with that. I'm going to start a little bit slow because I want to make sure that I can spread these things out. And we might be spending more than one live on these, each one of the sets, because, you know, there's a lot of options you can do with these sets. So have a good Sunday tomorrow, and I hope it's a nice day. I think we're supposed to get more rain. So anyway, thanks for joining. No rain here, just tons of thunder. Oh, yeah, well, you wait. It's coming. We'll see you on Tuesday night. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.